Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. Well, this was the last day of the 2-day event that Ripple put on called Swell. It took place in San Francisco and it had a lot of great news, of course. I want to look at this story because over the course of the last week, not just from the announcement that came out of Swell, but over the course of the last week, I have been noticing and observing many YouTubers that I've listened to for some of them 2 and 3 years are starting to come around and talking about Ripple with a little bit different tone. So this company, as you know, has never been given by some a fair shake at what it was trying to do. And I think recently, because of many factors, not just because of the announcement that came out at Swell, although that has a lot of people paying attention, not only retail investors, but the financial investors, the institutional investors, and the people who are looking for solutions in the financial services industry. But when we look at why we invest in certain things, and it doesn't necessarily, I'm not talking about cryptocurrency, I'm talking about in any company. One of the first things we look at is timing. So how is the timing? Because if you are too much of an early adopter, it's not necessarily an advantage. If you are first to market and that market is actually vibrant and alive and happening, okay. But if you adopt technology too early, sometimes your customers are not ready. But clearly, the timing is perfect and the upside for growth in this sector that Ripple is in is just massive. We're talking about a cross-border payment volume of 27 trillion, and it has, come here, Miko, it has 20 trillion in growth estimated for 2018 to 2026. That is going to be up for grabs. And then, of course, they are the first to market in terms of this kind of technology. They have key people leading. We all know that. But one of the important things that I have seen is that they are capable of scaling. And I'll tell you, it's difficult to scale with growth and keep your team cohesive and keep it on track and actually maintain the culture that has been able to drive the growth prior. So I see they are totally capable of scaling this team. The size of the market, like I said, the size of this market is just enormous. Yeah, it's just enormous. And the Ripple Net technology is solid. And they are not just stuck on technology that they created years ago, but they are able to innovate and bring a next generation. And we see that with the recent multi-hop technology that was put into place with the Bank of Siam in Thailand. I've got a cat that wants out. Come here, Miko. Come here and say hi to everybody and don't cry, okay? The other thing is partnerships. So the partnerships that Ripple has is able to influence the late majority. And you'll see in this particular story, there is the co-panelist with Cory Johnson on day 2. Her name is Alenka Grealish, and she outlines in this new report that the blockchain is at a tipping point for mass adoption. So we have gone from innovators to the early adopter stage. And then you get to the early majority, then the late majority, and then, of course, the laggards. I love that last word, the laggards. I don't want to be a laggard. So when you have these strong partners that Ripple has, they will be able to influence the late majority, which is coming. And then, of course, we have the use case. And we are far beyond concept phase with Ripple, and using the XRP token now just shows that their use case is well underway, which is so important because you got to get off the white paper eventually before you can be taken seriously. And of course, the last point I want to bring out is the current pricing. So the price of XRP is amazing right now. So when you look at those factors, that is why people are starting to pay attention and starting to talk a little bit differently about XRP. So in her report, which, by the way, I'm going to put a link to this page in the comment section below, and you can download this report. All you need to do is give them your name, your email address, your organization, your job title, and prove you're not a robot, and voila, you will get the report. The takeaways in this report are that blockchain, as we know it, has moved out of the experimental phase and is now in production. So I think if you're new to blockchain, you may not know how far along it has become, but it is not just a pie in the sky dream anymore. It's actually in production. And then 45% of those financial services are either in a pilot phase or they are very close to signing. So 45%. And that shows two things. That shows a big adoption already thus far, and it shows there is a huge amount of growth still to be had. 75% of those that are looking at blockchain are very interested in using a digital asset as a settlement or base currency. And 85% of those that are actually using blockchain are extremely interested in using a digital asset. So again, I get back to the timing. The timing couldn't be more perfect for Ripple to introduce XRP to the world. Okay, here is the report. I just want to read a little bit here about prefunding. So according to this, prefunding as a necessary evil. So respondents showed an acceptance of prefunding as a necessary evil. 95% of all respondents prefund either all of their accounts across geographies, 59%, or some of their accounts, 36%. So while 19% stated that given the opportunity, they would rather not be prefunding. So if you don't fully understand the XRP value, is that with using XRP, you don't have to prefund. They can use the token as a form of a settlement tool. So when you look at how many don't want to prefund, that leads to great opportunity. 50% of the total respondents also said that they were open to solutions that provide real-time gross settlement. If respondents want real-time settlement for global payments without an incremental cost, the only way to achieve this is by using blockchain and digital assets for source liquidity. These findings suggest that they are looking for an alternative to prefunding. So I think that this is just a really wonderful report. I encourage you to download it and take a look. The mass adoption is really going to be a cycle that continues well past 2020 and into 2024. Here is the bell curve for payments. And you can see here how the adoption is laid out. And when we take a look here, here is 2018. So we're just moving from the frontier adoption stage into the early adopters. So you can see how much growth is still available in this market. And then if I just go to summary really quick, as the pace of blockchain and digital asset adoption picks up, the stakes are rising. The cross-border payments market is expected to grow 74% through 2026. The organizations that set the pace stand to win the disproportionate share of the 20 trillion in new payments flow. That's the growth coming. So the race is on. I just think this is very exciting. It's a very exciting time. Truly, it is. And then, let's see. Yesterday, I got really great comments from everybody as to who you or what you want to have discussed in the panel. I heard from DM Logic, so for sure, Jungle Inc. and DM are confirmed. And still some other confirmations are going to come back, and I'll let you know when I get that in, and we'll tell you more detail as to the date. So I'm very much looking forward to it because I want to kick off that panel concept, and then I want to see it grow organically and have a continuation of new people coming in to discuss whatever current topic is happening within the crypto space with a slant towards XRP. Okay, this is the digital nomad investor. You can find him on Twitter, and he has some really great t-shirt designs. Yeah, and actually all these designs are new and updated, and I just think they're strong and powerful. And we are going to have a little bit of a contest so we can have some fun, because having fun is very important in life. So you're going to hear me do some mocking. I don't know, that might be a Japanese word. What do you call it in English? You call it, what do you call it when somebody imitates somebody else? Well, anyway, okay. So it's called a mocking artist in Japan. Maybe this is what happens when you move out of your home country. Your native language just goes to hell in a handbasket. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give you 4 different greetings from 4 different YouTubers, and you need to write down who are the 4 YouTubers in order. Okay, so that's important, because if you mix them up, I'm not going to be able to tell if you really got it. All right, so here we go. Here's the first one. Ready? XR. Okay, take 2. XRP, baby. Okay, who is that? Next one. Greetings, good citizens. Okay, that was number 2. Number 3. Good morning. Cheers. Good morning. Hey, yo, my goodness. Hey, what up? What up? Okay, that was number 3. Number 4. Okay, I have to think in my head. All right, it goes like this. Hello, everybody. That didn't sound very good. Let me try that again. Okay, take 2. Hello, everybody. I think that was bad. That might be the hardest one. Okay, if you know who those 4 people are, you can write them in order in the comment section. You are going to receive stickers, XRP stickers, from the digital nomad investor. And he is going to send you a sampling of his stickers for free. And the way we'll do it, just so you know how we do this and have done it in the past, is that you DM me your address so that we don't have to share your address publicly. And you can DM me on my Twitter account if you win. So understand that if you write down those 4 names correctly and you get it right, that I'll have you DM me your address, and then the digital nomad investor, I'll share that with him, and he'll ship to you direct. Okay, so that's kind of funny. All right, so here's the fluff. You thought that was the fluff, right? Yeah, well, it kind of was also. So here's some fluff. I just want to teach you one more greeting in Japanese. So everybody always knows konnichiwa, but that only works from about noon to 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. And the morning greeting is Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. So O, it becomes polite. This is hayaku, which means early, or to be hurry, to be early. And gozaimasu is the polite language for to be or it exists. So if you want to say good morning in Japanese, ohayo gozaimasu is how you do it. All right, that's your fluff for today. I don't know where I went. I disappeared. Sorry about that. I'll go back to the t-shirts page. There, I can say goodbye to you. All right, everybody, that's all. Take care and sayonara for now. Bye-bye.